What's up everybody? Today I'm going to be sharing with you how anybody can fix their air conditioning in their car in 5 steps. I'll be sharing the 5-step process at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around. It can be pretty easy if you know what you're doing. However, in today's video, I'm just going to be going over step 1 of the process. Before we get started, if this is your first time here and you'd like to know how to keep your used car as long as possible and spend very little on car repairs, then be sure to subscribe to AutOdometer. Also, don't forget to like this video. In the background here, we have a pressure manifold gauge. You're going to need one of these to find out the pressures on your high and low pressure side of your AC system. You can get one of these for under $40 from Amazon. I have a link in the description where you can get it from. So you're probably watching this video because your AC is no longer blowing cold. There could be a few reasons for this to be happening. One of the 4 major components of the system could be failing, or there could be a leak in one of your seals which is causing you to lose some of your refrigerant. If you don't totally understand the AC system or the 4 components of the AC system, head over to autoodometer.com/air-conditioning-system, and here you can get a general understanding of the system. Once you understand the AC system, you're ready to use your pressure manifold gauge. I have 4 index cards here that came with my gauge that told me how it worked, how to check my pressures, how to remove the refrigerant, and how to recharge the system. If your gauge did not come with these index cards, you can always refer back to my video to get the information on the index cards. The first card is a basic diagram of the gauge. It tells you the names of the components on the gauge and also a few safety warnings. Whenever you see the LP and the HP, that's just referring to the low pressure and high pressure sides of the AC system. All this is going to eventually make sense once we hook up the gauge and you get to see it in action. The second card has the information on what we're going to be doing today. This will give you an indication of the diagnosis of your AC system, and it's going to help us understand which component is not working in the system. The third and fourth cards are going to show us how to evacuate the refrigerant and then also recharge once we're done with fixing the problem. When working with refrigerant, you can't vent it to the atmosphere. It's actually illegal. So you're going to have to purchase a really expensive extraction machine, and some of them are going to be up to $2,000 to $4,000. Or you can just have a local mechanic shop do it for you for about 20 bucks. The first step in the 5-step process in repairing your AC in your car is to diagnose the problem. If you remember the diagnostics card that came with the gauge, the first step was to close all of the valves. So let's do that. First up, we have the high pressure manifold valve. Then we have the low pressure in the blue. Take off the red coupler and close the valve on the coupler. And then we have the blue coupler and close the valve on the blue coupler. Step 2 is just telling you to connect all 3 color hoses to the manifold. Step 3 is when you want to connect the couplers to the high and low pressure ports on your AC system. You might want to check online to find the exact location of your high and low pressure ports. For my BMW, they were in plain sight. For my Chevy, they were hidden and I had to hunt for them. And for my Toyota, they had an L and an H indicating the low and high pressure sides. You can't mix up the 2 couplers because they're only going to fit on their respective side, so that's good. You also might want to check for a rubber seal inside the dust cap. Your dust cap might be a little hard to take off at first. You may have some threads on your dust cap as well, so be careful. Once your dust caps are removed, you can now attach your couplers. High pressure side and low pressure side. Step 4, you have to turn your engine on, allow it to warm up for a couple minutes, turn your AC on to max, and then open up just the coupler valves. Leave the manifold valves closed. So before I opened the coupler valves here on my BMW, I found that the high pressure port was actually reading 100 psi. So that tells me that there might be a small little leak somewhere in the high pressure port side. Now you can open your couplers. It doesn't matter which one you open first. When you open them, make sure you don't hear any leaks and that the coupler doesn't feel loose. Check your manifold gauge for the pressures that they're reading. You can wait 5 minutes to make sure that it has settled out. Usually it shouldn't take any longer than 15 minutes. Once you have a solid pressure reading, you need to find an AC pressure chart. This will tell you what you should be reading at the current outside temperature. If you have a leak in your system, it should read low on both sides. However, this may not be the case for you. There are 4 scenarios that might occur. Both sides could be low, the blue side could be low or high,
The red side could be low or high, or both of them could be high. In our case, they were both extremely low, so we need to add refrigerant. However, we have to ask the question, why are they both low? Is there a leak somewhere? This gets us into part 2 of the 5-step process of fixing your AC system. I'll put a link in the description of where you can find the video and where we find the leaks in the AC system. It is really simple, and it might only cost you around $25. So this is AutOdometer, where we like to show you where your car runs as long as possible while spending the least amount of money you can. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified each time I release a new video. I hope you liked this video. Be sure to watch the rest of my AC fixing videos. Thanks for watching.